on gratitude, blessings will flow to us tenfold if we focus on gratitude. So I have a few notes here with my quotes and some things that I want to make sure I say and not get that signal from Cindy saying, so I don't have a watch on either. To live joyfully is to appreciate where you are in the flow of all that is. To live joyfully is to live knowing where you are is all that is, which is pretty much just saying, live in the present. Be present. And that's what those 10 ingredients were telling us. Be present with the people in your life, because you can give no greater gift than to be present with people in gratitude and love. Absolutely. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful this Sunday morning that my eyes are wide open and I feel gratitude. I feel a heart full of gratitude for my wife, for my 2 sons, for my 2 grandsons, for all of you. For all of you that have come into my life as friends and congregants, and you have come together in love to create this community, to be this wonderful collective community of wonderful people with hearts wide open, sharing in spirit. We come on Sundays to do that. And I thank you so much for sharing that private space of your beingness with me. And I hope that you know that I share my private space of beingness with you. Each and every one of you. We come together. So last week we talked about gratitude. Gratitude. And gratitude opens up and the path lights up. When we come together in gratitude, and we talked about saying thank you when we get up in the morning. How many people did that this week? I know. So when we open up and gratitude lights that path, we come into a place of unconditional love. And unconditional love is that love that we feel for others, and they don't have to do anything in return. They don't have to do something to earn our love or to buy our love. We just freely give that love. And that is divine love. When we open our hearts and receive divine love, and then we radiate that out to the people around us, that's unconditional love. I'm not saying you have to do anything for me to give you that love. I'm just offering it freely. And that's when we raise our vibrations. We talked last week about gratitude being the quickest and the easiest way to raise our vibration. So if we wake up in the morning and we're just not really feeling it, we're just not feeling it, the easiest and quickest way to feel it, to get into alignment, is to say, I'm grateful for this day. I'm grateful that I opened my eyes, and then step off the bed and say, thank you. And just that act of gratitude will bring your vibration up. You don't have to do anything else other than feel and express gratitude to bring your vibration up. And unconditional love, that divine love, that is the highest vibration. It's the highest vibration in the universe. And when we are in that vibration, we are in alignment with our source energy. And we are in alignment with the one presence and the one power, whatever name or label you like to give it. So that unconditional love, it doesn't mean that you love without bounds or that you love without boundaries and that people can mistreat you. It just means that you offer that love with no strings attached. No strings attached, I offer love. You don't have to do anything for me to get it. And also, when I say, well, if someone is abusive, and you say, well, it's time for you to go, there's no strings holding them. So you can easily say, I love you, and allow you to go in love and light. Because I still love you unconditionally as a child of God, but I don't have to let you into my space, into my present space. Because we have to, above all, honor ourselves. So I'm not saying unconditional love means that you have to put up with stuff. Because you don't. You don't have to put up with that stuff. So why do we want to? You know, we talked about vibrations and the vibration of gratitude and the vibration of love being the highest gratitude. Why do we want to get in that high vibing place? You know, that's a song in it. Good vibration. See, and I'm not a singer. I am not a singer. That's why I asked for all that help with the Cherokee morning song, because I didn't want y'all to embarrass y'all with my voice doing it. Because I do it every morning, but I don't know that y'all want to hear me doing it. Because at the core, we want to be in that high vibrational space, because at the core, we are vibrational beings. We are vibrational beings, as Abraham Hicks teaches us. We are vibrational beings. And when we vibrate at those higher frequencies, that's when we come into alignment with Source. It's when we come into alignment with God and Goddess. And we are truly high vibrational beings. And we want to be up there in that good vibration zone, that high vibration zone, because that's when we are feeling it. And we are closer in alignment with our Christ self, and closer in alignment with that still small space within. And I'm having trouble with the Brother Wind and the papers. Thank you so much, Dana. So when we get in that space of that high vibration, it's such a beautiful space to be in. And I'm going to talk a little bit now about Native American heritage and truth. Truth is up there on that scale. Truth. When we speak our truth from our throat chakra. I know a lot of people associate turquoise jewelry with Native Americans. Does anybody know why? Why do we say, oh, that's Native American jewelry right there? Because it's turquoise. Well, so how the Native Americans, what did they do with turquoise? Why did turquoise become so associated with them, so commonplace that people know it to be Native American? Because turquoise vibrates at that frequency of truth. You know, everything vibrates in this world. We are all energy. We're just a great big ball of energy just floating around in this world. And then when I come near you, you feel my energy. And some of us can radiate our energy to where you can feel it all the way back there. And we call that our aura. You know, when your aura and my aura touch, you pick up some of my energy, I pick up some of your energy. And what a fabulous place to be with all these beautiful auras. And we are all touching each other energetically as well as physically. We are touching each other metaphysically in that. Well, turquoise vibrates at the same frequency as truth, which is above love and the heart chakra, and just below intuition and that divine connection. What a great place to be in between that. In between a heart full of love and divine connection, that's where truth resides. And that's where turquoise vibrates. The stone, the crystal, turquoise. People don't really, it is a crystal, but people don't think of it as a crystal because it's not one of those pretty translucent, transparent crystals. It's a firm stone. But in the Native American tradition, when this tribe and this tribe were coming together to talk about something, maybe they were going to talk about they were going to make war on each other, and they were going to come to a solution that didn't allow people to get killed. Or maybe they were coming together to divide up the hunting grounds. Or maybe they were just coming together to talk about, I've got a daughter and you've got a son, and maybe we could join together and be together as tribes. So when chiefs would come together or people would come together to talk, they would wear a piece of turquoise at their throat, because they knew it to mean that if you came to talk with turquoise around your throat, you were committing to be a truth talker. Now, how did they know that? They just innately knew that. They innately knew that turquoise vibrated at the frequency of truth. And when I come to talk to you with turquoise at my throat, I'm telling you, I am coming to talk truth. And what a beautiful place to be. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that just a beautiful, wonderful thought? Come together. So listen now, when you see turquoise, you're a truth talker, and he's wearing it right at his heart. So he is truly sharing his heart with all of us, as we all know and feel. Just looking into his eyes, you see that, and you know that he is trying that. So now, and also that Native Americans view that turquoise, it's a color that connects heaven to earth in the color spectrum, that color of blue and green melded together. So you have the blue of the sky and the green of the earth. So it also brings together, it is that divine connection, that bridge between heaven and earth. So if you have your turquoise jewelry, pull it on out there. So I'm gonna share with you an Apache prayer. I'm from the Cherokee people, but and so many tribes. You know, there are 532 recognized tribes in the United States of America, and then there are some almost 300 that are not recognized by the federal government, but they're tribes still, even though they're not official. You know, they're still tribes. And some tribes are very large. The Cherokee are the largest, and some tribes are very small and maybe just be a family clan, and it's a tribe. But the Apache prayer that I'm going to share with you is looking behind, I am filled with gratitude. Looking forward, I am filled with vision. Looking upwards, I am filled with strength. And looking within, I discover peace. Isn't that beautiful? It is. So I want to share with you all my experience I had earlier this week. So for the past 3 years that I've been here in Gulfport, in the St. Pete area, I was asked by Kaya Belcher, who runs the Creative Play School. The first year I was here, she said, would you come and speak to my children during the month of November? We're going to do some things for Native American heritage. And she built a pretty good sized teepee out in the back for me to, it's actually in front, for me to sit in and speak with the children. And so for the last 3 years, I've gone over there. So Tuesday, I did that. I went and spoke with the children. What an amazing, amazing experience. Now, these are 3-year-olds, pre-K, and then 4 and 5-year-olds that are in kindergarten. What an amazing experience. And this year, instead of talking to them all at once, we divided them up. So I talked to both groups. And I told them the story from the Cherokee tradition of Grandmother Spider. So if you don't know the story of Grandmother Spider, I'll share just a little bit of it with you and the focus of it. The focus of the story of Grandmother Spider is to show us that at the beginning of time, Grandmother Spider weaved a web of connectivity among all things. So Grandmother Spider was climbing up the tree, and then she jumped over to a flower and brought her web. Then she jumped onto a blade of grass and brought her web. Then she jumped onto little Bobby and brought her web. Crawled up his arm and rode on his shoulder for a while. Then jumped off onto Sister Squirrel, Brother Fox, Brother Wolf. And all things are connected in this world by that silver shiny thread of a web by Grandmother Spider. So there's connection. And for us, we know it to be a metaphysical connection. And out of the physical, we are connected. Doesn't mean that we are connected. We are physically connected at times, but all the time we are metaphysically, energetically connected. Well, that's a pretty lofty concept to explain to 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, isn't it? So they can understand that, because they had straw down on the ground. So I picked up a twig of straw and I put it on 2 of them's shoulder. I said, so that's grandmother spider's web and you are connected. And they looked at each other. But to explain that metaphysical, energetic connection to 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, I'm like, oh. So I said, so when you see your mommy and daddy, when you see your grandmother and grandfather and your brother and sister, you get that warm feeling in your heart. You're happy. It's like a warm smile in your heart. Yes, I do that. I feel that. I have a brother. I feel that when I see my brother. And oh, what a celebration. What a celebration to explain to them that warm feeling inside your heart, that warm smile in your heart is the connection that we all share. And we share it with our animals, with our pets. And one little girl said, I have a fish. And I said, and you get that warm smile in your heart when you're feeding her. And she said, yes, I do. So how amazing is that to explain and teach to those children that we are all connected by that warm smile within our heart. That we feel that warm smile. And we just close our eyes. And we say, I love you. Because children understand that. They understand that. It's universal. And they know how they feel. And they know that they feel that. So I gave them little muslin bags. And I said, so this is going to be your first ever medicine bag. One little girl said, my mommy has a medicine bag. I said, awesome. So I gave them these little muslin bags, and I said, that's going to be your first medicine bag. And today, this afternoon after lunch, you're going to go on a nature walk with your teacher. And when you're walking around, if you see a little feather or a rock or a stick or something that gives you that warm smile in your heart, I want you to pick it up and put it in your bag and keep it. And some of you might end up with one thing in your bag, and some of you might end up with 3 or 4 things in your bag, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many things you have in your bag, but that those things make you feel that warm smile in your heart. And they were so excited to leave with their bags and just waiting for lunch to happen so they could go out on that nature walk to put the stuff in the bags. But, so just close your eyes a moment. In front of you, with your third eye, visualize that person or that place or that thing that gives you that warm smile in your heart. You are connected through divine love by that warm smile in your heart. And what a truly amazing experience to have, to feel, to know. I am a divine child of God. I do not inherit sickness, and I radiate love out to all. That is a wonderful and beautiful thing. And knowing that heaven on earth is a state of mind, and living in gratitude is our true thanksgiving. Each moment, if we are present with the people around us, present with our space, present with nature, in harmony and balance, with all of that, if we are in harmony and balance with the trees and the squirrels and even those amphibians that most people don't like to think about, but they are still there, that they are still divine. But we are together with all that. We live in harmony and balance with all that is in nature, people, places, things, everything. We live in that space of thanksgiving, being present in the moment with all things. We truly shall experience heaven on earth. And thank you so much for coming out and being part of this service and this celebration. I love you. I see you. I appreciate you, each and every one of you. Even y'all over there. How amazing is this? That we have filled up this space. And Cindy's going to have some announcements a little bit later to tell you about a new space. Let's just honor and be present in this space. Brother Wind has joined us today. Grandfather Sun has joined us. Father Sky, Mother Earth. And what a beautiful place to honor all that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. In the Cherokee tradition, we honor 7 directions. I know they are saying, oh, I know 4. What are you talking about? What you talking about, Rev Kimberley? We honor the east and the south and the west and the north. And then we honor above and below and within. And what a beautiful teaching to honor all that. Each direction, plus above and below and within. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the service, and thank you so much. And now I believe we are going to, what is it? Yes, we are going to have Lindy Romez on Native American flute.